Coach, this was really a tough one for you guys tonight. I mean, 1-1, and then they got those 2 goals in the second half about midway through. Talk about the mentality of your team right now for now another tough loss.
I think it's one of those where you take your lumps early in the season and we move forward. I think our goal first and foremost is winning the conference, and we open up against Arsenal Tech this Saturday. So winning the NCC is our first priority. I think we're learning a lot, and I think, once again, the efforts doesn't reflect the results. I think we played really hard. The last 2 games, we played really great against Oldenburg and really outchanced the other team. Had about 4 or 5 that went mere inches right near the post. And, tonight, two questionable calls resulted in goals for the other team. And, they definitely earned their goal, and I think we did too. I think we just need to keep our head forward and keep grinding, keep working. We're going to have good results.
There was a little sense of frustration, right? I mean, and I can understand that when you lose these close ones and know that you're right there. But as head coach, then you got to find a way to get those guys back up, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I got my first card ever coaching tonight. So definitely there was some frustration there. But it's just, reminding yourself, one game doesn't make or break you, and, that won't be the case for us. And, we can't let it sink in or get to us. It's one of those where you just move forward and, you focus on all the positives instead of the negatives. Clearly, there's still work to be done, but, I mean, what do you expect when you lose 12 seniors?
Well, and you're getting close, too. I mean, you're not that far away, right?
No, not at all. I mean, like I said, I think we outplayed Oldenburg down at their Corky Field the other day. I think we honestly outplayed them tonight, and it's one of those where, we just got to keep battling for the full 80 minutes, and it's getting there slowly but surely. And, I mean, we can take these lumps early in the season as long as we're primed up for the tournament.
A little sense of frustration tonight, but you guys are losing these games really, really close. What's the difference? Why are you not able to get to that next level and beat these teams in the close games?
I think it's difficult going into the new season, losing a lot of players, especially as part of your starting lineup. And so I think it's still early in the season, so I'm hoping we'll still progress as the season goes on. But I think it's difficult. You have a couple new faces, so figuring out how to combine and work as a team. So I think early in the season, because we didn't get a start until later in the summer, so I think as the season progresses and as we get closer as a team, I think that'll definitely help.
It's not a lack of chemistry. It's just a lack of the X's and O's and where people need to be, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have a couple girls who haven't played soccer in a while, and they're doing an amazing job, especially. And I think once everyone gets on the same page, because I think we're so close to it, I think we'll start looking for those open spaces and gaps, and I think we'll start really connecting as a team, especially in the offensive and defensive halves.
In this one, and I know that officiating's part of the game, and you got to learn to overcome it a little bit, and there was a couple of calls there that probably went against you guys. And you've played enough soccer to know that you've just got to find a way to overcome that, right?
Yeah, I think, no matter what the ref calls, you can't change it, so I think figuring that out, and I think yelling at the ref won't do any good, so I think it's just brushing it off and shaking it off and just trying to get the next one.
I'm going to see if you can forecast a little bit here. How good do you think you guys can be? And again, I take into context that you lost all those players from last year, but you're back. There's a good core back. How good can you be?
I think we can definitely get better. I'm hoping we can win NCC, win Hoosier Cup again, and I'm hoping we can win sectionals and go even farther than we did last year. So that's, I think, something we all want as a team. So I think that's what we're hoping for.
Do you take a game like tonight and say, you know what, and they're pretty good, and I think they got you pretty good last year, if I'm not mistaken, so you've gained a little bit of ground even without all the players that you've lost. Does it give you some confidence to know that you can play with teams like this right now?
I think it does. I think it gives confidence, and then also we can look back on the tape and see what we need to fix against these really good teams and use that as momentum against even better teams. So I think we could do that in the future, and I think it gives a little confidence booster knowing that after losing 7-0 last year, we only lost by 2. So
my last thing for you is your energy level, and I've told you this, I think, last year, and you just never stop. Is it still contagious? Because I think if I were playing with you, I'd get awful tired, number one. But number two, it'd be kind of an inspiration to know that you're all over the field.
I mean, I hope I'm an inspiration, but I definitely think there's a lot of girls on the team who also have that energy, and I think together that really gives us a great offensive aspect, like with Braxton and Nikayla and Riley Wetzel and all those offensive players. I think it definitely helps. I think we all have energy, which really makes it interesting and gives it that chemistry. And I think the defense also has, like Riley, she also has that energy. So I think all around it really benefits us. So.